You showed a negative balance on your bank account.
That's right.
And now you are interviewing some of the biggest creators on your channel. All right, hey everyone, I am here at the Samsung Galaxy Creator Collective with Colin and Samir, YouTubers, podcasters, a channel by creators for creators. And you guys did an amazing talk all about your journey. And one thing I wanted to ask, you showed a negative balance on your bank account.
That's right.
And now you are interviewing some of the biggest creators on your channel and partners with Samsung. So what was that one thing? I'm a big believer that it only takes one decision, one action step to kind of pivot your entire career and achieve your dreams. What was that one thing for you?
If I was to boil it down to one word, it would be focus. There was a time where as creators, you want to make so much. And if something's not working, you think, actually, I just need to make more. I need to diversify, or maybe if this doesn't work, I need to do that. And we were in that world of just making. I looked back on an email that we sent to someone pitching ourselves, and it had a list of 8 things that we were doing at that time. Because I thought maybe if I presented them a menu of things, they could pick one.
Right.
That made our story, not only to the external world, but also to ourselves, really confusing about what we do.
How to spend your time.
What do we do?
And I think to take it a step further, it was about focusing in on the audience we wanted to talk to, right? Because we were sending out these messages to all these different people, but once we decided we just wanted to speak to creators, we could start to understand what makes a good video. How do we put that out on a consistent basis? But before that, everything was up for grabs that we could make.
Right,
There's
right.
too many choices.
Yeah.
Okay, so focus.
Yes.
And knowing your audience.
Yeah.
And I think taking the time to understand what your focus is, what we did actually at the beginning of 2021 is we took 6 weeks off from posting.
Wow.
And we just sat and made a plan. We're like, what's the one thing we're gonna do? And that's when we said, okay, we're gonna focus on the Colin and Samir show. We're gonna make it once a week. Here's how we're gonna make it. Here's those 4 steps we talked about. Who's our audience? What's our value prop? What's the process? How does the monetization work? And just actually, essentially made like a business plan for ourselves. Gave ourselves the respect that a lot of businesses, startup businesses or someone who's gonna go raise money, like how do we pitch ourselves to ourselves? And then we started to develop like, oh, that's what we do.
Let's not take actions without intention.
Definitely.
And that's what we were doing.
How do you handle the comparison mindset? Comparing your channel to someone else's or your success to someone else's?
I personally think you have to get extremely clear about the life that you want. One exercise that Colin and I have done many times is we write down what's our perfect day and what's our ideal week, like what's a week in the life of Colin and Samir, both individually as well as collectively. And so long as we're achieving that, you almost don't even think about comparing because it's so unique to you.
Right.
Whatever you want out of this career is what you're going to get.
It's your perfect day.
Yeah.
It's your perfect day, right? It's like, this is your dream job, not someone else's.
Right.
So
I try and forget that I'm on the internet sometimes, and that there's this like public facing image of what I'm doing when it comes to comparison, and just focus in on the day to day. Was I happy during this moment? What was stressful? And then can we talk about how to get rid of the things that are stressful and keep doing the things we enjoy.
That's amazing. And one last question. So a lot of times people aren't sure if they're pivoting or giving up too soon. What was that feeling that helped you realize, like going from your lacrosse channel to what you're doing now, that you're not giving up on this too soon, but it's a pivot in the right direction?
That's really interesting.
Yeah, there's a book by Seth Godin called The Dip that I read during this time, and it's all about getting comfortable and with knowing when to quit, and that quitting is not a bad thing. Quitting is actually something that we've been trained to think is bad. It's actually just an awareness of what you want to do. And if you're holding on to something just because you don't want to quit, but it actually is no longer something you want to do, then it's actually makes a lot more sense to progress yourself forward and say, that served me, that was amazing, and now I'm going to move to the next thing.
Stepping stone.
But that was hard for us. We didn't want to quit a lot of things. That's why we had that menu of, here's the 8 things we're doing, because once we started something, we were like, we don't want to stop doing it.
Right.
Everything that we quit, though, we still consider to be decent ideas or good ideas. It's just that the timing wasn't right, and that's not where we wanted to put our energy.
Right, and everything that you did helped you get to where you are today.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
Yeah, for sure. And this is our focus right now, and it's the reality of being an online creator is that you're publicly iterating. Our 10 years have been on the internet. Everyone who has watched us has seen us evolve, and we're going to evolve again over the next 10 years. And I think settling in to being comfortable with the public iteration of yourself, of your brand, of your work, that's what this job is.
Amazing. And just one word of how you're feeling here at the Galaxy Creator Collective. One word of your feeling.
How I'm feeling. I am feeling community. I would say that's the word. Community.
Okay, since you took mine,
Okay.
I'll say less alone.
Less alone.
Yeah.
2 words.
All right, awesome.
I know that's
Yeah,
2 words.
yeah.
That's okay, that's okay. It's one phrase.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Colin and Samir.
Thank you.
Thanks.